I am the learning tree. Hi, guys. Thanks, guys. What is that? Chris Jericho is a legend in wrestling. This guy is 53 years old and he has had an incredible career, but his last 5 years in AEW, it hasn't really been anything special. And I think that he tarnished his image, his just his image as as a legend and what he has done in professional wrestling. And I don't get it at all. And I would say like the last maybe 2 years, 3 years, his personas have not been the best, and it has just been ridiculous to me. And his most recent persona, the learning tree. Hi, guys. Thanks, guys. This is great, guys. Like, what is this? This gimmick, this persona is not working. It's not getting over. And the thing is, you would think that someone who's been doing something for a long time or has a certain skill, you would think that they would be wiser. Chris Jericho has been wrestling for close to 30 years, or maybe a little over 30 years, and you would think that he would know that this character, this gimmick is not working. And the thing about wrestling, it's about, getting yourself over. It's about, making the fans say, hey, I can't wait to see that match. I can't wait to see what he's going to say on the mic. And I feel like the last 3 years, Chris Jericho has not done that. And I think, like, when you look at Chris Jericho, and I guess, in AEW, he has creative control. I don't know how much, but when he was in WWE, he didn't have this much creative control. So they maybe he presented ideas to them and they said, you know what, we're not going to do this. And I know WWE, they have had their level of bad, level of badness in the past, but I'm pretty sure they said, you know what, Chris Jericho, we are not going to do this in WWE because it doesn't make sense. And I think someone has to tell Chris Jericho, someone, backstage needs to tell him that this is not working and that you have to do something better. He's 53 years old, and he was one of my favorite wrestlers. And I just think about when Chris Jericho used to have matches against The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels. I think about those times and, his matches with Eddie Guerrero and, several other people. I couldn't wait to see them. And then also when he, his promo with The Rock, I thought that was great from whatever years ago. I think when he debuted on, I don't know if it was Smack. I think it was Raw, but maybe it was SmackDown. And that was just great. And he just had that, just that it factor. And he was just able to, get over, no matter if he was a good guy or a bad guy. But in AEW, I feel like he's just on cruise control and he's just out there. And I feel like he doesn't really give it his all, so I just hope that Chris Jericho, 53 years old, he's pretty close to, I'm pretty sure he's going to retire maybe in the next, I don't know, 8 years, 10 years, who knows, but go away for a little. Let the fans miss you. Come back as the Chris Jericho from back in the day. And hey, I know things are not always going to, the fact that he's older, he's not going to be able to move around the same way that he did years ago, but he can do a lot better. I look at someone like Randy Orton. The guy, he's been in the WWE for what, I don't know, 20 something years, maybe 20 years. I have no idea. But the guy is just, he was able to, just change his wrestling. And you could tell like he takes shortcuts, but you can tell that his matches are still good and they're really entertaining. So I'm like, Chris Jericho, why can't you do the same or do something similar? Because, to me, he was one of the best of all time. Take care. Have a good one. Please let me know what are your thoughts about Chris Jericho and his latest gimmick. Have a good one.